Story time!
In the rain I stood, no umbrella or coat. The drops on my face were both warm and cold. People walked by me, heads down and protected by the rain that hid my tears. I took a step, careful not to make eye contact with those around me. I heard thunder above and looked up to see lightning piercing the jet-black sky. I hurried my steps, as did the passerby, as we were all somewhat frightened. They were all oblivious. I knew what they did not, though they still hurried to get back to their homes. I walked faster, going in the opposite direction, not daring to go home. The thunder boomed and the lightning flashed, lighting up the sky. The thunder and lightning were only separated by a few seconds, and it told me it was getting much closer to us. They were, as I was, frightened. Another boom of thunder, and followed right after was a bolt of lightning that hit the sidewalk and cracked it in half. People screamed and ran. No one had gotten hurt. I ran as well, faster towards a barn shed where it was safe. Another bolt of lightning struck an old woman down. She didn't move, and no one stayed to see if she survived. Everyone was too worried about getting to safety themselves. Everyone ran, as they were all too frightened. I made it to the barn shed, opening the door and rushing inside, panting hard. I slammed the door and sighed. I hoped that everyone would get home safely, though I was sure they'd all end up dying painfully. The lightning was abnormal, caused by a horrible curse, a curse of all the dead, all the victims of murders who seek revenge. I could hear the lightning striking the ground repeatedly. How was I going to survive? The curse would affect everyone, even those who were innocent. I sat in the corner, feeling very frightened. Suddenly the screaming stopped. I looked curiously at the door. Either everyone was dead, or the curse had ended. I made to stand up, but suddenly fell back as a bolt of lightning hit the roof of the barn shed. The roof collapsed around me, and I stood to escape, but another bolt had hit the ground in front of me. I was thrown backwards and hit my head against the wall behind me. I could feel warm blood oozing out of my hair as I got up and attempted to run for the door once more. I was completely and utterly frightened. I managed to escape from the barn shed into the night. I ran like hell, trying to find a place where I'd be safe. Perhaps a church, I didn't know, but I ran like hell as lightning hit the ground inches behind me. It was chasing me, as if the dead were intent on killing me. I was one of the innocent that had never killed anyone in my entire life. I came to the church and ran inside, and saw that a few survivors had also come inside here. Their pale faces stared at me, their eyes bloodshot and wide. Some held their dead loved ones. It was such a sad sight. They all looked so frightened. I sat down in a row, feeling the eyes staring me down. I sighed and closed my eyes, feeling safe at last. How long would we be here? Perhaps this would be the end, and the world would crumble and fall into the dark void of space. I pulled my long wet hair over my shoulder, grooming it. But suddenly, all around me, the church walls glowed bright red. They began to crack, and everyone began to scream in panic. I got up quickly and ran to the door. The door exploded in my face, as did the rest of the church, and immediately multiple bolts of lightning hit all at once. They shot at people directly, killing them instantly. I watched in horror, completely frightened. I tried running again, but was also shot down. I fell to the ground, feeling a white-hot pain all over my body. I tried to stand, but couldn't, as I could see my vision growing blurry and very dark. I looked up to see a figure standing in front of me. It was white and glowing, having a look of triumph on its face. I opened my mouth to speak, as the figure was my sister, who was murdered long ago. I wanted to ask her why she had allowed me to die, but I couldn't speak. I was weak, and my vision faded to black. I died slowly, but relieved that I wasn't frightened.